Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Hello there.
Right now, okay. Baby, we submit. Down like this. We submit. In like this.
Right, welcome back to another crappy video. I am recording this at 10 o'clock at night and I feel thoroughly dead, and this is only going to be take one. I can't actually be asked to do second takes or anything. But yeah, so probably judging by the name of the title, you're here for a guide on how to take out Amgydala. I mean, if you ask me, I'd say it's a fairly easy boss. It's one of the only bosses in Bloodborne that actually has a meaningful pattern to it, if you know what I mean, a rhythm. Well, not a rhythm necessarily in the beat, but just, you know. So, key things you're going to want to do. The first thing, easy way to take this thing out, because I know especially in Cursed Chalice dungeons people have massive difficulty with this thing, is you'll see here whenever it goes in for like a massive slam down attack, you're going to want to charge in. You'll preferably want a weapon that's going to do overhead damage, lots of blunt damage, or something like the whirligig that puts lots of stagger damage in, so that you going to be only hitting the head whenever it does those attacks. You want to sprint in, get in your one hit, and if you're cheeky enough you can hit in a bloody second one if you want, okay? Nothing against that. Here, when it jumps, you can wait for the sound cue and then roll in any direction, or stand completely still and you shouldn't get hit. I'm not entirely sure if it works 100% of the time, but most of the time it should do you the favour. But yeah, the reason I run whirligig for this fight is because if you're only ever damaging the head, the damage on the head's going to start stacking up to the point where it considers that you've done the damage like this over a long period of time, and will allow you to then go in for a visceral. You can damage the arms are damageable, fairly damageable, but especially you're going to want to go for only the heads, because then you'll get 1 to 2 viscerals in depending on what your damage output is like. So here you can see we're in second phase. Gets same kind of range on the attacks, but they're more drawn out, but the heavies are still able to be distinguished. A lot more thrashing about and whatnot, but as you can see there are more, well, slightly more attacks where the head is vulnerable, but it's more difficult to get in and do damage. And it gets this really weird AoE to the hands with arcane and that. You want to really watch out for that because it can one-shot you. But this stage is the one that everyone hates, and what I do for this is I'm going to pull out my executioner's gloves, and as long as I've got enough blood vials and bullets to keep me going for the whole thing, I don't want to be running in, getting close, or going for the head whatsoever. You want to just keep wherever you can, whenever you see the opportunity, pop some executioner's gloves. Now for me it really helps because I've got really high arcane. You can use the black sky eye, 1 bullet over 2, but the executioner's gloves do substantially more damage, so I'd stick with them. Executioner's gloves are only going to be in favour if you're actually close enough though, and all 3 are going to be hitting. But yeah, just keep carrying it on for the whole thing. It will be time consuming, okay, but it's much more safer than trying to deal with it. It's just really dodgy getting your range right, so you'll probably die a few times trying to figure it out and do it this way. As you can see, 894 damage when all 3 connects, which is the same as going in and just for me hitting with an R1. You see, I don't want to attack the head. Just instead of where I could attack the head or when I would attack the head, I want to pop some executioner's gloves. Because the problem people really have with this phase is just the amount of range this thing has and one-shots in the attacks. I mean, to be honest, this boss room is a fairly nice boss room that you can do it in. It's big and open, and you can just keep circling around the outside. That's all you want to keep doing. Just backpedaling round left around the ring or right around the ring, depending on whereabouts he is. All his ranged attacks aren't really all that hard to dodge. I mean, this is kind of a balanced arena. But for example, in a fight later on you're going to see, in the Cursed Depth 5 chalices, you can have some really nasty boss rooms and some really easy to cheese ones. Ones where it's small especially, it is really difficult to take him out in the last phase, I know for sure. There is another way you can do this fight, I'm pretty sure, where you only go for the legs. Oh, here we go, going for the finishing killer. Nice. And yeah, that's it. It's not that hard, easy. And now, this one I've left in for a particular reason. This is not me playing, just a disclaimer, okay, so, yep, well it's not really a disclaimer, but yeah, this is not me. So, my younger 7-year-old brother made an account and was playing, and just to show how easy it is to do this thing, range weapons and that are good. My brother's using the Beast Claw here. He is a bit over leveled, as you'll see by the visceral. Okay, yeah, a bit over leveled. But Beast Cutter works really well for this as well, especially with its running R2 overhead slam. And yeah, he keeps it up fairly well. I mean, it's surprising that only being 7, he can actually play this game and he's completed it twice over. I mean, I will knock it against him, he is a bit over leveled. Well, I say a bit, he's massively over leveled for this point. But yeah, I just thought this was cool that he managed to do it, and he wanted it, so, you know. But yeah, there we go. And now, this last one, I'm not going to commentate over it, I can't be arsed. But this was a Cursed Depth 5 Chalice. So, I'll leave you with this, like and subscribe, if you actually give 2 sods, and I'll see you later. Right, I'm back again, shouldn't be, but I am. Just want to quickly mention, could you please put down in the comments, I mean none of you will, but could you please let me know what you'd like to see next video. We can do Bloodborne PvP, or Division is an absolute mess. I've got a few Division-ish funny clips. Or would you like to see more boss in-depth guides? Because I've got a few of them up my sleeves. So leave them in the comments. Cheero.